You got this.
The following is a fictitious role play. All people, places, and events are fictional. Hi, Nancy. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. Thanks for asking.
Good. Definitely. I'm glad that you made it back today. And it's been about a week, right, since we met last.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Have there been any changes or anything that you want to discuss before we dive in?
Not really. I mean, I feel like I'm still having the same problems, I guess, with myself and my family.
Okay. Okay. So nothing big has gone on since we met last. Staying steady.
Not really. I mean, Michael's still having trouble in school,
Mm-hmm.
and Charlie's still not getting along with them.
Mm-hmm.
I still am not getting along with really anybody. Who knows what Rena's doing? So that's just kind of where I'm at. It's just same old at this point.
Yeah.
It's not a crisis, but who knows when that'll happen.
That sounds really frustrating. Um,
It is, and I feel like sometimes Charlie doesn't help me, that I'm always the one taking care of it. But I guess, I mean, that's been my life. So I guess it's whatever. I'm just kind of used to it.
yeah. I know that sounds like it would take a lot out of you. Mm.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's true. I kind of don't have that much time for myself. And I
Yeah.
feel like that's part of it. I mean, I really do wish that I could lose weight. I know that's something that I told you about, that it's been really hard for me, but who has the time? And I have so much other stuff to worry about and all my health problems. It's just, I can't catch a break.
Yeah. That sounds like a lot. Um, so we're gonna kind of just dive in. I had a couple more questions following our meeting last week. Just a few more follow-up questions, things I want a little bit more clarity on before we move forward in coming up with a plan.
Okay.
Awesome. Well, just to kind of piggyback then on what you were just saying, you'd mentioned last week, and then you just brought up again that you're looking at trying to lose some weight. I know that's a pretty big goal that you're working on right now. Do you have any other goals that you're wanting to achieve?
Well, definitely losing weight. I
Mm-hmm.
wish I could get all my health stuff figured out because I was a nurse for a long time. I don't know if I told you that. I think I did, but
Yeah.
I was a nurse for a really long time and I can't do it anymore because of my back and because of my health problems. So I'd like to figure out how to get us some more income
Mm-hmm.
because Charlie really doesn't want us to rent out part of our house, but we need to get some money coming in. So I'd like to work, but I don't know if that's really a possibility.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd like for our family to all get along. I'd like to work on our family, but it takes more than just me. So,
Yeah. It can be a struggle when, not everybody's on board with making those changes together.
exactly, exactly.
That's that's understandable. Um, so you had mentioned last week that you were a nurse and you had to stop because of a back injury. Can you
Yeah.
talk about that a little bit?
Well, I hurt my back. I can't even really tell you what happened. I think it was just constant wear and tear from lifting people. I mean, I started out, of course, as a CNA
Mm-hmm.
and worked my way up. And I think doing the CNA before they have all the stuff, before they had all the stuff they have now,
Mm-hmm.
like lifts and all that, it just really took a toll on my back. So I have trouble sometimes even getting out of bed and getting around because I'm just in a lot of pain sometimes.
Yeah. And how would you say that that affects your mood, or kind of what you're feeling?
Definitely.
Yeah. Okay.
It definitely affects my mood. When I'm hurting, I get pissed. I get really irritated because I wish there's stuff that I could do, and then I get to thinking about why am I the only one doing it? Why can't Charlie and the kids help? Why do I have to do it all? And
Mhm.
it makes my mood go downhill fast. I
Yeah.
wish I could figure out something to do about it because I get angry a lot.
Yeah. It sounds like you're feeling a little underappreciated at home.
Definitely. That is exactly how I'm feeling. They don't care or see all the hard work that I put in constantly.
Yeah. And now when you start to feel really angry about what's going on with your back and, with having trouble getting Charlie and the kids to help you out, um, do you ever do anything that, you just get, maybe get really angry and you lash out, or you get really angry and you just have to, I don't know,
No, I know
anything?
what you mean. Charlie, so for example, like he hits me. Is that what you're asking if I do that?
Yeah, if anything, and it doesn't have to be physical like that. If you go smoke when you're feeling upset, or if there's something else going on.
I mean, I try to just hold it in, kind of. I
Mhm.
try not to do too much of that, but I yell. You could say that I yell, but
Okay.
I don't do anything like physical like that.
Okay. Okay. Well, that's good. I know that can be a really difficult situation to be in, and sometimes it can be really difficult to kind of control yourself when you're getting angry.
Definitely.
Okay. Um. So I kind of want to back things up a little bit. Can you tell me a little bit about your childhood? If you know anything, maybe about how old you were when you started walking, talking, that kind of thing.
I mean, I think I did it all when I was supposed to, or
Mhm.
maybe even a little bit faster.
Okay.
I um I was really close to um my grams,
Mhm.
so I mean, I think I did pretty good. I was a pretty good child, I guess. I don't know, I was a good baby. I talked okay.
Yeah.
I think
Okay.
I walked when I was supposed to. I
Yeah.
guess I don't know too much though.
Yeah. I know sometimes that can be hard. And you don't really just know that unless you've talked to your parents about it. So, okay. Um, Now, last week when we were talking, you had mentioned that you've had some trouble sometimes with your memory and with like concentrating. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, I forget stuff a lot. I forget stuff pretty constantly. Earlier, for example, here when I got out my insurance card, I would have left my wallet on the counter if
Yeah.
your receptionist hadn't said, "Hey, come back here," because I left my wallet there. I do stuff like that all the time, or I'm in my house and I'll get up to go do something and I just forget even what I was doing. I lose track. It's something that's gotten a lot worse the older I've gotten.
And are you concerned about that?
Kinda. I mean, partly because it does irritate Charlie and the kids.
Hmm.
They get irritated with me, like if I forget to do something or get something that they wanted, or, excuse me, sorry, I forget just random things that make them mad at me.
Yeah.
So that is not good because I mean, I want us to have good relationships, but we just all seem to always do things to make each other mad.
Yeah. I know sometimes families can, they get, when kids get their heart set on things and, mom
Yeah.
goes to the grocery store and forgets it, it can be kind of frustrating. Um, so when that happens, what do you typically do?
I just I apologize a lot, like to them. I just say, you know, I'm really, really sorry.
Okay.
I'm working on it. I've talked to my doctor about it, but he's not as worried about it as I am. So I guess maybe that's a good thing.
Okay. And so your doctor has said that he's not worried about it?
He just thinks that it's because I'm so stressed out that I just forget stuff, but
Mhm.
I just get worried because, like, if I have dementia or if I'm getting something like that, we need to be on top of it.
Yeah, for sure. Um, can you tell me a little bit more about your anxiety that you're feeling? Either whether it's, you know, in relation to, you know, what your memory or just in general, anything you want to share?
Well, I feel it a lot. I get it a lot. I've gotten it in social situations,
Okay.
and I think that some of my anxiety has made my weight problem worse. So I
Okay.
think that's something when I'm really nervous, but I know that because food's just always made me feel better.
Mm-hmm.
When I was little with my dad, he would work in the restaurant and bring home food, and it was always so happy.
Yeah.
So I know that I do that. I know that that's what I do is I eat a lot more, but I don't know. I've sometimes when I get anxious, I also feel it in other ways. Like I can feel my heart
Yeah.
go pretty fast, or I can or I sweat.
Yeah. That sounds like it could be pretty scary.
Yeah, and just the kind of yeah, it just makes me feel weird. I don't like it.
Okay. Okay. Um, Now, when you start to feel that anxiety, is there anything you do to kind of help yourself calm down?
Yeah, I take deep breaths.
Okay.
That's something I try to do. I try to take deep breaths. I just think about, like, even when I was little,
Hmm.
I'd say count to 10. I try to do stuff like that. And sometimes it's helpful if I focus enough on it, because then I feel like maybe my heart kind of slows down, which makes me feel less worried about it. Because when my heart starts getting beating fast, I get too worried about what's going to happen to me.
Yeah. Well, it sounds
But
like
just,
awesome. Well, it sounds like an awesome thing to do. It sounds like it's helping.
yeah, it is. I try to deep breathe, but sometimes if I'm angry or something and get anxious about it, then it's not helpful. But
Yeah, that's understandable. Um, so we're gonna kind of switch gears again. Um, I guess it might be kind of related to the anxiety that you're feeling, but um, could you tell me about um, you know, how much control you feel you have over life? I know sometimes things get kind of crazy. Do you feel like you're able to kind of control your environment or what's going on around you?
not at all.
Okay.
I feel like I have absolutely no control. I feel like that as much as I try to get control, then I get less and less control
Mm-hmm. Okay.
because yeah, I feel like everyone else dictates how I live my life and what I do, which makes me angry
Mm-hmm.
and makes me sad too, but that's exactly how I feel, that I really don't have much say.
Okay. Okay. Um, and then I think one of the last questions I have for you, we've kind of touched on and off about your family. Could you tell me a little bit about your relationship with Charlie?
I mean, it's been good. I know that we love each other,
Mm-hmm.
but I just wish that he would do something sometimes. That's a big problem for us, is that I just get irritated with him, and I wish he would try harder with the kids.
Okay.
I really wish that he would try harder with the kids, but I know that he loves me, and I know that he's trying to work hard.
Mm-hmm.
I just think that sometimes he doesn't cut it. Sometimes he doesn't get everything done for us, and that's when I know it makes him feel bad, but he feels like that sometimes I take over because we need to get our needs met. We need to get everything taken care of.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But I do love him, and I know he loves me.
Well, good. Right. Could you tell me a little bit then about your relationship with your children?
I love them both. There's just always struggles. Raina just moved out, and who knows what's going on with her.
Okay.
There's been so many ups and downs, but I think we are hopefully getting closer again, but that's really a big goal that I want to work on.
I think that's an awesome goal.
I am, I guess, closer with Michael. Sometimes I feel like Charlie's hard on him.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I just wish both of them would do something more positive for themselves, I guess. I feel like we just have to constantly push them.
Okay. And how does that make, what do you feel about that?
I feel like maybe I didn't do a good enough job as a parent so it just makes me kind of sad. I feel like that I wish I would have done better so that I wouldn't have to always be pushing them so much.
Mm-hmm.
And then sometimes I feel like I don't have any control over that, but then I think about, well, I do because I'm their parent.
Mm-hmm.
So I should have some control, but then it's just a cycle that I keep going through in my head.
Sounds like a really hard place to be, between, what you think you're doing well and what you've kind of perceived as you're not doing so well. That can be really difficult.
Yeah, and I mean, that's a lot of why I came to see you.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, I think that you've answered all of my questions. I think that I have enough information now to start working on a plan of action. Is there anything that you want to add before we end our session?
No, I don't think so. I think you've asked me a lot about what I really kind of wanted to talk about.
Okay, well, awesome. Then we will set our meeting for the same time next week. If you have any questions or concerns between now and then, feel free to give me a call, and hopefully we can talk through that and get you back next week.
Thank you for that. Okay, sounds good.
Definitely. Thank you, Nancy. The proceeding was a fictional role play. All people, places, and events were fictional.